Hi, good morning, guys. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. We are already in Wednesday. I am here briefly to speak about influence that's been so heavy, so vividly heavy within me and my spirit to just briefly speak about how influence plays a major key to your entire being, your entire being, as in your outlook, in all areas, how you think, what you internalize, even actually what comes from out of your mouth and what comes out of you, that all is centered around influence. What is the influence that is around you? What type of influence do you have around you? What are you listening to? What are you watching? And not it don't even have to be what are you listening to or what are you watching. Who are you listening to? Who are you listening to? Who are you watching? And that sort. It even goes to, if you are broken, first of all, brokenness happens over time. Brokenness happens far back as, your childhood, your childhood, mommy, daddy issues, and then, relationships, all that incorporates around, just that influence. If you didn't have such a great childhood, as myself, if your childhood wasn't so great, if you grew up like within like a broken family as myself, if you suffer from having mommy issues, dad issues like myself, all of that leads to um, non-healthy relationships, not even healthy um, healthy state mental wise. So yeah, all of that, it plays just a major key within um, influence. you know um, and if you are if you are broken in many areas, or broken for quite some time, you can expect to only attract brokenness. Even with seeking like advice, if you don't have it all together and you actually is not aware of that, guess what? You are going to attract and receive the same, like from people, broken friendships, broken relationships, and all broken people. If you are broken, honey, believe you are going to attract that same, you know, um, characteristics within your life. All that, influence, and that's influence. Um, Influence can either um, have you like within walking within freedom, being like aware, wise, knowing, your self, like just value, value your spiritual value, like in all, it goes deep, or influence can have you in bondage, blind. Being blind is an actually stronghold, blind as in, your spiritual sense, not being able to discern, good and evil, even not even being able to receive and understand, your own your brokenness, where you are broken at, so that's all around influence. That's why it's like so important, to evaluate ourselves, evaluate your life, evaluate who you have in your life, and the things you have in your life, the things that you are attracted to, things or people that you invite within your time, your space, your energy, you know, um, being broken for so long, and now, not broken, unbroken, where God have healed me and freed me, and continue to do work in me and around me and for me. It actually opens up my eyes, my spiritual eyes, and like understanding, of so much more, even within how I spend my time, what consumes my time, and even from like how I think, for instance, like time, time is for me, like, not time, you can't get time is very valuable, can't get time back. You cannot get time back. Um, even for me, peace, you cannot buy peace. When you are in a place of that, and you receive it, you you value it. I value the peace that I am standing in now. So with me valuing the peace that I stand in, I value receiving wise counsel from wise people, or from a wise person, and even more so always, I value in receiving wisdom from the only one who can give you that wisdom, and that's godly wisdom, godly wisdom. Yeah, so influence has a major part in our entire outlook, you know. Again, if you are not healthy, you are not going to attract someone who is healthy, or even attract a healthy situation, a healthy environment where you want to even build a business or have a business. You can't expect to receive that if you are not healthy, so it's important to just evaluate your entire just being, what's around you, who's around you, and a lot of times we are very blind, when you're in a influence, if you're influenced for so long, many years, unknowing that you are influenced, for me, the influence around me was not healthy at all, so how was I even aware, if I had been around that for so long, many years of my life? Obviously, I would only attract unhealthiness. I will only attract that. And in my eyes, that was normal or healthy. So it's important, that word influence is very vital. Um, and I actually want to read a definition of influence, okay? So, influence, the capacity to have an effect on the character, development, or one's behavior of someone or something, or the effect. So, yeah, influence it has a major effect on character and development. So it's very important to just evaluate where you are at and what's around you and who's around you. Who's and also um someone who is like carrying so much of what's the word, trauma. If someone is carrying so much of trauma, um, you can most definitely expect to not be able to you meet that person needs in no way at all. You would only add to that trauma, because in their eyes, in their eyes, um, they're not seeing what they are, and how much of trauma they hold. You know what I mean? So if you invite that within your life, you might as well like evaluate yourself. If you are inviting trauma within your life, um then honey, you need to evaluate yourself and get to the source, like where you hurting at, where you um lost at, where you hurting at, evaluate yourself. Are you um desperate for love? So that's like a major key, to pay attention to, and when you are broken, me myself, that I'm gonna speak on Toya. When I was broken, oh my God, I didn't realize how much, it wasn't even myself. I guess rather, yeah, I guess I was doing it to myself. I was so much of a people pleaser. I did not even realize how, oh my God, how broken I was to allow others who were broken, so broken as well, to just step all over me, break me even more. I was so blind to so much, for once, for once, I I always thought that I could fix someone, heal someone out of so much of pain and trauma, and just built up over time, and the truth is, you cannot fix a person, you cannot fix people. Even if like you come from a broken family, you cannot fix a broken family. You cannot fix um any form of brokenness. Not even within yourself. You can't even fix that brokenness, you know? It takes God. It takes God. You know, it takes seeking God um to fix and to heal, you know, and to develop, you know, all of, you know, the areas of where they are formed within your life, you know. We must all become a fool, you know. I was a fool for so long, you know, but you must become a fool to receive, you know, wisdom, you know. And even with that, some just don't get it, you know. Many miss, you know, the mark, you know. um yeah, so it's just very important, like with your influence, what you have around you, you know. Even with like school, if you are a student, you know, you want to be very, you know, careful with the influence that's around you, you know. If you are so built within your studies, you know, it wouldn't be such a great thing for you to be around someone who is not all for studying, or who is not all for receiving no type of education, or who is not all for, you know, setting goals and creating goals. You know, it wouldn't be a great fit for you. You know, it wouldn't be a great fit for you to be in the presence of, you know, possibly someone who just live day to day just as is, you know, with no like valuable things, like, you know, set like in place for your own good, you know. It wouldn't be a decent thing to, you know, be in the presence of someone or even people who may not have short term goals or even long term goals set, you know. So it's just, you know, influence is very vital, you know, very, very, very vital. You know, you want to pay attention to that, you know. In the Bible, I just don't know which book in the Bible, but it does speak about, you know, how can two walk and not be of basically equally yoked. You know, how can you walk with someone who's not equally yoked with you? You know what I mean? So that's like something you actually want to, you know, evaluate deeply. You know, and influence can have you walking freely, or influence can keep you within bondage or drowning within, you know, bondage, you know, which are all just strongholds, you know what I mean. And again, you just want to take heed to the influence that is around you, you know, what you are intaking, you know, because, you know, whether you believe it or not, like characteristics and people, you know, it definitely, you know, can jump within you, you know. And so it's important who we walk with, you know. It's important who you're seeking advice from. It's important who you're calling in that midnight hour, in that early morning. It's important who you're eating with, who you are sitting and dining with at the table. That is very important, you know, very, very, very important, you know. I definitely did not have it all together, you know, for me to even just be here to speak about, you know, influence. Baby, I was not here to even speak about this a year ago. I would say a year ago, I've had some time with, some life learning, like just lessons, and I receive it now, my time is very valuable, very, very, very valuable. What I listen to, um, I hold such great, like, value in that, what I listen to, what I hear, you know, um, what I invite within my spirit, my mind, my internal self. Oh, I hold such great value, so I take care, I take heed to, you know, um, what I'm entertained, and what I allow to be around me, because that influence is something, you definitely just want to take heed to. However, I want to read. I have two scriptures I want to read. My first scripture will be coming from the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 5, and it reads, "A wise man will hear and increase learning, and a man of understanding will attain wise counsel." A wise man will hear and increase learning. So a wise man is going to receive, increase that learning from wise counsel, right? You can't expect to be wise and seeking counsel from, might I say, a fool, a fool. Fools run with fools, and wise, is going to seek wise wisdom and grow within that area, and please don't be offended by, the words that I am using, but, ignorance is a bondage and a stronghold. And I say that because I was once ignorant. And there's many things, people are ignorant too. You know, I was a fool for many years. I didn't have it all together. I was a fool. So obviously, I ran with fools. Even if I did, so many just great things all around me, giving and loving and, oh my God, above and beyond. Honey, if you are a fool, you are a fool. Doesn't matter, like, if you giving love out freely, just loving on all the wrong people, and and it goes back to loving the wrong, having the wrong friendships, even within uh um family, your own personal relationships, like you you can just, it doesn't matter, you loving, giving your all, but if you don't have it, if you are a fool and you do not have it all and you do not see what's around you and what's going on, you can expect for that to not continue, not even to grow well at all, honey. You can expect for, people to take advantage of that. Advantage. Um, Let me make it more simple. If you are broken, you can expect for people to take advantage of your brokenness. Why? Because you seek validation, from people. I was that for so long. You are an overly people pleaser. You are, you have no limit. No. I'm sorry. What is it? No. No boundaries. When I was broken, I can honestly say now, looking back from all of what God freed me from, I had no boundaries. I had no boundaries with friendships, people that I invited in my life, that I thought wanted the best for me or looked out for me. I had no boundaries with family. family members. You know, I had no boundaries within, you know, relationship, you know, a relation. Thank God for saving me from a relationship that meant me no good, you know, just as broken as I was, you know. You can just expect for people to take advantage of that brokenness. You know, you being a fool, you can expect that, because guess what, you only attract that, you know, and only expect that, you know. So I'm just, you know, when you're out of it and you're able to freely see, you know, I am just beyond grateful for all of the truth that God have gave me and opened my eyes to, regarding so many people, and even so many things, like, about myself. Like, I am so grateful to receive it, you know, to have receive it, and to learn, you know, from, oh my God, so much that I did not know, was not aware of. So yeah, influence is very, very, very vital, very vital. Okay, so my next scripture is coming out of First Corinthians, and First Corinthians chapter 3, verse 18. Let no one deceive himself. If anyone among you seems to be wise in this age, let him become a fool, that he may become wise. Did I just say that? If you think you are wise in this age, or anyone around you think that they are wise in this age, that's worldly wisdom. That's human wisdom. You know, become a fool. Baby, become a fool. Please become a fool. Become a fool, so that you may become wise, you know, so that you may become wise. You know, I say again, I was a fool for so long, you know, and I'm so grateful of it, you know, because I wouldn't be here today to even speak on me being a fool, you know. So I was a fool for so long. I wouldn't be here to speak on that, you know, on my past life. You know, we all have a past, you know. You may not have, you know, you may not be able to even speak on a past yet, you know, because you could rightfully still be, you know, sitting in a space and headspace, or a situation where it's not, you know, like healthy. You're not in a healthy space, you know, where you may be like blind to, your eyes are not open up to what you are in, you know. So however, I'm so grateful to be able to speak on, you know, past experiences, because, you know, God have brought me out of, oh my God, years of bondage, years of stupidity, years of darkness, you know. And, you know, I will say this, like, again, as I said within plenty of my videos that I have posted, peace, you can't buy peace, you know. When God brings you to a setting of where you are now, like, within peace, hold value to that, you know. I am okay with being alone, you know, just to I'm okay with being alone, to have just that peace, you know, and not be in the presence of people betraying me and be in the presence of getting, like devised, like in many areas, deceived in many areas, and me not knowing it, so I am okay with, where I am, and being alone, and where God have me, I am able to, you know just see, what I didn't see, what I did not see, and again, that goes back to, you know we must like evaluate the influence that is around us, evaluate it. How can two walk together, and not, equally yoked? You are what you are around. You are what you, listen to and receive, and what you seek from. You are that, and that's just what it is. Because I was definitely there. So if you are in a place where, you need to like evaluate, just evaluate your entire self, and what's around you, who's around you, what you're listening to, what you receive, what, evaluate that. It is like 2023. You definitely don't want to just continue making the same repeated, mistakes, I would say, and not learn anything from it, like not learn anything from it. Yeah, so I pray this message reach whoever it is intended to reach, and may you take something from this message, yeah, and happy Wednesday again. God bless you all. And remember, God loves you, and so do I. Thank you.